I want to welcome you all to the future site of Salt Lake City Fire Station number 3. I'm Fire Chief Carl Lieb. I'm very happy to be here with each one of you. I want to welcome to our occasion here Mayor Jackie Biskupski, also Council Member Lisa Adams. Thank you for coming. I also want to say a shout out to Blaylock and Partners, our architect, and all their associates, both public and private, regarding the innovative structure that they've designed. I think it's great, and I think it's going to be great for Sugar House. We're going to hear from several people who were integral in the development of this building and the project itself. But first, I'd just like to say a few words from a fire department perspective. We think fire stations are cool. They're uniquely designed for the work that we do. They house these big red engines and the big red trucks. Many of them have fire poles, this one being no exception. And they're pillars in the community. I mean, they're important to the residents and the environment right here in their small area. We think this is definitely going to be a gathering place for Sugar House residents, and we're looking forward to getting it started. The current Station 3, northeast of where we are right now, was built in 1972. It's going on 45 years of age. It is in dire need of replacement. And Sugar House has grown over those years exponentially. We have more people, we have more infrastructure, we have bigger buildings, more transportation, more commerce. The service demands for Sugar House residents are increasing, and the fire department has to be responsive to those demands. And this station will do just that. It will be responsive to the residents' demands for service. It will house an advanced life support engine, and it will also have space for additional large apparatus in the future, possibly, maybe even a battalion chief at some point. But even most importantly, this station is going to have a significant community presence because it's going to have a community room. It's going to be able to accommodate the community of Sugar House and the residents here to gather and to come together for meetings and social events. Today we sit here in a parking lot in Sugar House, but 12 months from now, Sugar House will come together here and look at their new fire station. And I'm really excited about that. Also, it's going to be a net zero structure, which means it's going to be one of only 3 fire stations in the country. Number 2 being another Salt Lake City fire station on the west side of the city. So we're very proud of that as well. I'm excited to get the building underway. In a few minutes after we hear from some speakers, I'm going to call some people forward. We're going to turn the first shovel load of dirt over here to my right, and the project will get started. With that said, I'd like to introduce one of our key contributors, Mayor Jackie Biskupski. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, so the mayor has words to say, but the chief stole many of them. So, but what a great way to start my day. And I'm very excited to be here to help you break ground on station number 3 here in the Forestdale neighborhood. Public safety, as you know, is our number 1 job. Each and every day, the brave individuals of Salt Lake City Fire Department put their lives on the line for the well-being of the people that are in our community. Utilizing 14 fire stations to provide services across almost 100 miles of the capital city, hundreds of firefighters serve with strength, resolve, intelligence, and integrity. As a city, we owe them our gratitude and respect. I want to thank all of you for your service to help keep us safe each and every day. We also owe to them with the responsibility of infrastructure, tools, equipment, and resources to ensure that they can do their jobs and do them right. A new state-of-the-art fire station number 3 will provide the necessary infrastructure and resources critical to serving the residents of the southeastern part of our city. The Sugar House area, as was said, continues to grow rapidly, and residents and businesses are thriving here. As the community continues to grow, so do the needs and the demands for critical services. The new station will provide ease of access for exit and entry and increased space to the house for the department's growing fleet of vehicles. And when every second counts in an emergency, such improvements truly save lives. Station number 3 will be designed, as was said, to meet Salt Lake City's very aggressive clean energy goals and become a net zero LEED certified gold facility. It will be, as said, one of the 3 stations across the country that meets that standard. The station will utilize solar features, specialized insulation, natural light, and other energy-efficient materials to achieve this incredible standard. Station number 3 will further cement Salt Lake City's national leadership in achieving clean energy and reducing our carbon emissions. The station will be as unique as the people who serve there, the finest firefighters in the nation. I want to thank all members from the community who provided their input that helped us make this station possible, and everyone who will work over the next year to see this station through to its completion. Thank you very much for your work and your creativity, and I look forward to seeing the finished product. Thank you.
I would like to invite Council Member District 7 Lisa Adams to say a few words. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Chief, for having this first thing in the morning on a day when it's going to be 98 degrees. You guys are used to heat. I'm really happy to be here in the shade. This is my 4th year in serving on the council, and throughout the time I've served on the council, we've worked towards this day. And I am really delighted that we are finally ready to break ground for fire station number 3. I'm actually older than the current fire station, but I know I need kind of a tune-up and some new things now and then. I think that our firefighters deserve to have a great home for their equipment and for their base. We're thrilled to have this fire station coming in. And as has been mentioned, with all the growth in Sugar House, we need that. Every time when we receive information from the chief about how things are with our firefighters, about this much of what they do is actually firefighting. It is helping in so many ways. They are really service providers beyond all you can imagine. They help with everything from those who need assistance who are having medical emergencies or have been in a car accident to rescuing ducklings out of a storm drain. They're the ones we hear about that rescue the kittens, right? But they're so much more than that, and we so appreciate it. They're crammed in their current location, and as I've seen this space develop and see how carefully they've thought about what they need to be efficient and to do their job well, I'm so impressed. One of the things that I think some people don't realize is this will be the only fire station in the city that is on the south side of I-80. And when the day comes that we have a major earthquake, we will need emergency services on this side of I-80, and I am so appreciative that this fire station will be here to lend that service. I also love the component that is the community side. There will be a large community room available, and I look forward to seeing that utilized regularly. One of the things I love most about local government is that we actually do stuff that matters in people's lives on a daily basis. When we do it well, we're invisible. People don't notice us. When we're not doing it so well, they notice and they care. They care if the police come. They care if the fire department responds. They care if they have a road to drive on. And I think our fire department does an outstanding job of doing the seamless, invisible things in such a great way. And I so appreciate that. And I feel that sometimes because they're invisible, because they do it so well, we don't acknowledge them as much as we need to. When we hear the siren, I always say to myself, thank you so much for going out and putting yourself in harm's way and being willing to help the people who you're on your way to help, who have a significant need. Thank you so much for your service, and I look forward to coming to see your new home in a year. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'd like to invite Salt Lake City Sustainability Department Director, VICKI BENNETT.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks for everyone to being here today. And I'll take a little bit of a different twist on this. A lot has been said already about the specifics of this station, and the Sustainability Department is just thrilled to partner with the Fire Department on yet another great net zero project. I don't know if any of you have had the chance to go out and see Fire Station 14 that is nearing completion on the west side. I actually drove by the other day on my way to another meeting, and the person I was with, I said, "Stop the car, I've got to go look at this." I had no idea how fantastic looking it was. You can imagine so much just looking at these beautiful renderings, but when you see it actually going up, it's magnificent. And to think that we're meeting our net zero standards, and this is yet one small step that Salt Lake City is taking to ensure that we meet our larger carbon reduction goals. Some of you may have seen the city has what we call our climate positive plan. And this is the plan for us to meet the goals that I can't thank again the mayor and the council for passing. 50% renewable energy for all of our city facilities by 2020, and 100% renewable energy in the city by 2032. And people ask us, they say, well, that's crazy. How can you possibly do that? But we are working closely with our utilities and our electricity provider, Rocky Mountain Power, to ensure that we can meet the goals that we've set. These are not hollow goals. And part of our work with them is our commitment to do what we can as a city, and that is building beautiful buildings like this, that while we're building new, we're actually not adding anything, any needed stress or any more carbon to our systems by doing it as a carbon-free building. So having these sorts of goals, it's not only ensuring that we're looking at our climate stress, we're also improving our air quality, and we're making a more resilient city. As Councilmember Adams mentioned, we look at resiliency. This is one station that's going to be on the south side of I-80. It also can then be a station that will have enough power to help support what's going on if we do have a major earthquake or other natural disaster. And these are the types of things that cities need to do to ensure that we're looking long term. And we really appreciate, as I said, our partnership with the fire department. We'll continue to move forward. Any building that we do build, we're going to be ensuring that we meet these goals. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it back over to the chief.
I'm to build a fire station.